Hello you food prepping legends, it's Loza from the Baking Mad Gym Addict here. Okay folks, with the right meal plan and the right discipline you can get seriously lean in just 28 days. Because of my genetics, I find it fairly easy to gain muscle on my arms and shoulders, and I don't really carry much fat on those areas, but holy moly, it is tough for me to get my belly to look shredded. The times when I have been lucky enough to get any kind of ab definition is when I have been super strict with what I've been eating. And I know there's more to life than getting nice toned abs because they're basically a vanity metric rather than a measure of overall health and fitness, but hey, if you're looking for a tough challenge to transform your body and understand what you're capable of through discipline, then why not try and get some nice toned abs? I personally like to try and get lean so that one day, a long time in the future, when I'm an old, wise, wrinkly Chinese woman, I can say to my grandkids, hey, this is a photo of Granny when she had abs. So this meal plan is one that I found on muscleandfitness.com, and it's actually a meal plan for an adult man, so I've tweaked it a little bit to suit me. The three main principles are to up your protein intake, reduce your carbs, and drink at least 1 gallon of water a day. I'll put a link to the article in the description box below so that you can read a bit more about it later, but for now I will show you what a typical day looks like. If you want me to make a video showing you what some other typical days look like, then let me know by liking the video and leaving a comment. The total calories and macros for the whole of day 1 will look like 1,578 calories, which breaks down to 213 grams of protein, 115 grams of carbs, and 31 grams of fat. Breakfast on this day will look like half a cup of oats. You can see here that I'm making 2 days worth of food, so I don't need to cook the whole thing again tomorrow. I just pre-measure the oats into 2 little boxes so that when the morning comes, all I have to do is to add water before cooking the oats. I'll be eating my oats with half a cup of juicy, delicious strawberries. For breakfast, I'll also be eating 6 egg whites cooked with 1 yolk. You can prep your eggs however you like. One time, I food prepped a heap of eggs by boiling them and scooping out the yolks, and you can see how I do that by clicking the video popping up on the top of your screen right here. But today, I'm just going to dump the eggs into a frying pan and make an omelette. I don't mind eating the omelette cold with some sriracha sauce, but if eating a cold omelette makes you feel a bit queasy, then don't bother your wee head about meal prepping and just cook your eggs from scratch in the morning. Okay, so the macros for breakfast look like 483 calories, which is made up of 40 grams of protein, 59 grams of carbs, and 11 grams of fat. Alrighty, moving on to meal number 2. This will be half a cup of green veggies and 6 ounces, which is 170 grams of chicken breast. I just boiled a pot of broccoli and a pot of asparagus. For the chicken breasts, I just sprinkled a heap of Mrs. Dash chipotle seasoning on top of a big pile of chicken breasts, and then I put the chicken, seasoned side down, onto a pan sprayed with olive oil. That way you can season the other side too while the chicken is cooking. If you saw my kitchen tour video, then you'll know that I keep all my seasonings near the cooker on a Lazy Susan, which is super convenient because you can reach all your condiments in an instant. I buy my seasonings and lots of other yummy things from iherb.com, so if you want to go shopping on that website and want money off your first order, then use my personal discount code SBC515. You can chop up the bigger bits of chicken into smaller bits of chicken with a pair of kitchen scissors, and you can do this while it's in the pan to help the chicken cook faster. Once your chicken is fully cooked with no pink bits in the middle, just use a pair of kitchen scissors again to dice up your chicken. I find that using scissors can be a real time saver rather than cutting up the chicken on a chopping board with a knife, and plus it means you only have 1 item to clean instead of 2 items, which is good. So once you've weighed out your food, the macros for meal 2 will look like 57 grams of protein, a minuscule 3 grams of carbs, and 7 grams of fat. This works out at 313 calories. Moving on to meal 3, I'm going to have 150 grams of tuna in spring water mixed with 1 tablespoon of fat-free mayonnaise. With that, I'm going to have 1 cup of spinach and 1 big piece of pita. This is actually a nice piece of Lebanese bread which I bought from my local charcoal chicken shop. If I was to repack this lunch again, I would definitely put the tuna at the bottom of the box, then the spinach on top of the tuna, and then the pita bread on top of the spinach, so that the bread won't get soggy. I can be a bit of a silly billy sometimes. Oh well, no use crying over soggy bread. So once that's all packed up nicely, meal 3 will look like 46 grams of protein, 38 grams of carbs, and 4 grams of fat. This works out at 351 calories. Okie dokie, if you're wondering what meal 4 is, it's just a simple protein shake. Try and aim for about 30 grams of protein in your shake. I'm a big fan of the strawberry whey protein shake because it tastes good and mixes into the water really easily. Protein shakes are pretty convenient if you're looking to put on muscle and enhance your physique, because protein helps to heal the small tears in the muscle tissue when you weight train in the gym. The macros of your protein shake will obviously vary depending on what type of protein powder you use, but if you aim for one that gives you about 30 grams of protein per serve, you'll be alright. And we finally have meal number 5, which will be a chicken salad made with 6 ounces of chicken breast, which is around 170 grams. You're going to have about 100 grams of cherry tomatoes, half a cup of broccoli, and 1 cup of spinach. You can add 2 tablespoons of Italian dressing, or if you like, some sriracha sauce to jazz it up a bit. But if you choose to have it without the dressing, then meal 5 will look like a whopping 55 grams of protein, 7 grams of carbs, and 6 grams of fat. This works out at a total of 319 calories. Okay, so that's an example of what a typical day looks like on the 28 Days to Lean meal plan, which I found on muscleandfitness.com. If you want to see what the rest of the days look like, then give the video a cheeky thumbs up, and I'll upload another video like this shortly. If you want to be friends with me, then stalk my Instagram page and Facebook, and I will see you all in the next video. Keep up the awesome effort, everyone. It's all worth it in the end, I promise. Baking Mad Gym Addict out.